Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we are connected to the heart chakra and we begin with another trinity, which is the trinity of water. So let's begin with the info for this trinity to know where we are located. To begin with this trinity of the water, let's remember that we are speaking about the trinities, which are the trinities of there's a spirit, a spirit, a soul, and a body, which is the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, and the physical aspect, which in the trinity of water related to the zodiac signs, we will have the spiritual in Pisces, the emotional in Cancer, and the physical in Scorpio. So in this trinity of the water, we would relate that Pisces is the waters that are spread wide like an ocean, opened and holding everything. Then Cancer would be like the groups of water, the flows of water that creates links in between the different groups of water. And and Scorpio would be the aspect of the water of the ones that are locked and that are very deep. So, as we have been saying these past days, when we spoke about Aquarius, we said that Aquarius is this great mind, is connected to the mentalism, the law of mentalism, and is spread and wide and free, expanding in the whole universe. So this expansion of the universe in the air, in the atmosphere, is free, is able to think, to manifest by the mind, to create ideas, thoughts. And that's what Aquarius means, is the mind of God, the mind of the universe. So basically, it's creating all these thoughts and ideas that are free and expanded in the idea of the atmosphere. But then there comes a moment in which this huge mind that expanded in the universe needs to feel that expansion, needs to transform the idea, the mind, into feeling, into perceiving. And that is Pisces. Pisces is the divine aspect that holds the expansion in one, connecting everything that was expanded. That's why in the image of Aquarius, we see the atmosphere as something open and expanded in the cosmos. And in the aspect of Pisces, we see the ocean, the one that is holding everything. We could say that Aquarius is like these clouds in the atmosphere that allows the rain to pour on the oceans, and that water of the rain becomes the ocean itself, which is that Pisces. So we could say that Aquarius is the mind of this universe that expands like the air towards the cosmos, and Pisces is like the ocean that holds that things that were expanded. So in difference of Aquarius and the air, where everything is connected by but expanded, free from each other, Pisces is different. Pisces is like this ocean where you dive in and you feel every movement of everything that we have around. So we can perceive the movement of the water, we can connect to the movement of the environment we find ourselves in. And this is why everything is much more connected and sensitive. So the spiritual aspect of Pisces is to allow yourself to feel everything like if it were yourself. This is why the archetype of Pisces is so connected with the spiritual world, because it tries to describe how it is to be one, how it is to be connected with others. So remember that we were saying that Aquarius is like the dreamer and Pisces is kind of the dream. So Pisces is living this utopia where it can live the dream that is feeling. So as Aquarius is dreaming and designing a dream, Aquarius is daring to live that dream, to perceive it, to experience it, and to use the imagination in order to make it more sensitive. So this is how we can relate that Aquarius is the mental aspect. So is the mental aspect of the spirit, and Aquarius is the emotional aspect of the spirit. This is why during the last 2,400 years, during the age of Pisces, we have been living a time where everything was ruled by the utopias and by the emotions, and the spirit of this era that has passed was like trying to design things from the imagination, from our ideas. So as you have seen, we haven't been experiencing the best way of Pisces, because instead of working with the positive aspect of this constellation, we have been living the density and the negative aspect of this constellation, which is that we have been living through ideologies, and this Pisces was trying to deny the conflicts and trying to deny the limits. So we were kind of trying to live through faith, believing on things that were not there, instead of being responsible with the reality. So in order to understand this, let's try to describe a little bit the archetype of Pisces and its history. So first of all, as always, we have to remember that are not the stars that condition us by being Pisces, is us that name the stars as Pisces according to what is happening in this planet. So in order to locate this idea of Pisces, how it began to be a constellation, we have to remember what happened in the whole year. Remember that the way in which we believe in the constellations and we designed the constellations of the sky is all related to the northern traditions. So we usually describe the zodiac signs according to what happened in the northern hemisphere. So if you are in the southern hemisphere, it would be different, but we have been using this tradition from the north in order to download to understand the whole information of the stars. So we have to describe what happened in the northern hemisphere in order to describe how we use astrology and astronomy. So once said this, we have to remember that the whole year, the constellations are describing the year, are describing the things that are happening in the year. So late March, beginning of April, usually is the moment when they start to work again, because it's the beginning of the spring. So it's the moment of sowing, is the moment of preparing the fields, and then we start to create. We start to take care of the plants, to hunt the animals. This talking about the past. We start to then to harvest, to make the celebrations in the summer, and then we start to make the processed nourishment, the products in autumn, so we can storage that for winter, so we can eat it on winter. So the last weeks of winter, which is this month, February, part of February, part of March, was related with the worst moment of the year, because all the storage, the stock of food is ending. Okay, it's just ending. So we need to take care of the last food that we have. So this is why this moment of the year is the ending of something, the transcendence of something, so we can start again. We can begin a new cycle. So during that period of time, the people needed to share food, to distribute correctly the last meals that they had, because they needed to wait for the next year for the plants to grow and so on. Because of this, they were in these Mediterranean regions, the populations from that territory, they knew that they were not able to sow or to harvest any food or to hunt any animal until spring comes. So this is why they had to live only from the rivers, and they were living by the rivers like Euphrates, Tigris, the Nile, and they were using the food that was growing in the rivers, like fishes and so on. So they were using that to survive in that period of time. So this is why also we relate this moment with sharing. So we have a lack of food, so we have to share in between each one of the individuals of the family. So by sharing that, they related the fishes with the protectors of the love of this family. So that's why in the Greek tradition they said that Eros and Aphrodite were the divines that helped, that became these fishes that were helping us, that were helping us to survive in that period of time. Okay, and that's why they put in the sky these two fishes thousands of years ago. So the importance of this moment is all about love and how we relate to each other, how we are connected to each other, because in this moment, in this period of the time, is the moment when we have to relay our faith in the utopia of what is coming. We have no more things that attach us to the ground, to the earth. So the only thing that we have is to wait, to expect, and design as imagination what is coming ahead. So as we see, this explanation of the astrology and mythology are just describing how the ancient ones used to live the real life in the past. So this is how we can understand that there is not like the stars affecting us exactly of how we are now from that constellation. What really is happening is that we have all these archetypes within, and depending on the moment of the year we are born, it kind of activates this attribute within us in our cellular memory. So that's why every zodiac sign lives within us. And of course, Pisces is living within us. And we all have this Pisces concept within us that reminds us that we are here to be one, that it doesn't matter if we are separated or all together. It doesn't matter. We are still one. We are here to love each other, one another, and to connect us all as one unique unity. That we are here to help each other. So this concept of helping one another, love one another, is part of the archetype of Pisces that we have been seeking for during the whole age of Pisces, in the last 2000 years. And in these last moments, that last decades, we have been trying to find that. So the unconditional love is something that doesn't have any condition, no limits. So the Pisces mind says, why to put a condition to something that is limitless? But what happened that in the real physical world, we are limited. We have boundaries, we have systems, we have conditions, we have laws. We are limited by many things. This is because of these limits that the Pisces mind usually wants to just get away, to escape from these limits. It can't hold the limits. So it's constantly trying to deny the limits and go over them. The idea of this unconditional love can be only experienced when you become the whole, when you become the everything. Because for the ocean, the shark and the fish is the same. The dolphin and the octopus are the same. It's not opposite things. For the ocean, there's no limits or boundaries that separates what seems to be wrong or bad or seems to be good. It just tries to find a balance. Today I was watching a documentary of the oceans on TV, and we usually think that the shark is like the bad one on the ocean. Sometimes, well, I don't know if you know that, but sharks are not hunting during the day. They only hunt during the night, and they eat many fishes. So when you see those images, it's like, oh, poor fishes. But what really is happening there is that if sharks doesn't eat all these fishes every day, the amount of fishes would eat all the coral. So they would need to. So the sharks are helping the environment to find a balance, so we could stay all the whole ocean in balance. So for the ocean, there's no judgment on that. Everything is whole there, unconditionally. There's no limitations, no judgment. So basically, this unconditional love doesn't have any limits. And this is one of the keys also for the Pisces energy to not to find balance sometimes, because usually Pisces spreads so much the mind without any limitation that it can lose its goal. Okay, so it can lose the main objective. You have lived. A dream, for the creation is a dream. You have been living an utopia, for all those things that you have fought for, they never really exist. You have been fighting and escaping, but among all, you have been escaping from yourself. You have designed the dream as a nightmare. You have been living thinking that the only unconscious are you in this third dimension, projecting the idea that in the fourth dimension there are many living through you. But all those who live in the fourth dimension are just the projections of yourself here in the third dimension. You are just avatars of this game that your souls are playing out of time and out of space. And the dream will never end until the dream doesn't realize that it's part of the dreamer. We are entering now in the time of the dreamer. And entering this new time, you shall remember that the dream is not true. That every individual is the only thing that exists, projected from the one, and that this one is infinite, and to its infinite movement you call love. The love you have felt through all this dream is the only key to open the door towards the dreamer. The only way you are gonna be able to help transcend this world is by recognizing the power of transcending your own reality through this unconditional love. I am delusion. It is time to stop living the dream that others have designed for you so you can design your own dream. It's impossible for you to set yourself free from this illusion, for everything that is created is an illusion, and if you decide to leave this, you will be like that for everything that the universal mind have designed and dreamed was possible due to the imagination, and the imagination brought the love of feeling what is possible to dream. The problem is not illusion. The problem is to believe that it is true. You have been living 2000 years experiencing an illusion, thinking that it was true. Perhaps in the next 2000 years, you will learn how to use illusion so it doesn't use you instead. Learn how to use the imagination with love. Welcome to life. Believe everything, but believe anything.